Mathematically, a quantity that has magnitude as well as direction is called a vector. Let's consider one abstract example of it. Tell me, is a line segment a vector? No, right? A line segment has only magnitude, that is, length, but no direction. Now let's say we specify a direction for this line segment by an arrowhead. This means that the line segment is now directed from A to B. So let's call it a directed line segment. So now we have a magnitude and a direction for this directed line segment. Therefore, we can say that the directed line segment is a vector. We denote it as this. It's called vector AB. The arrow above the letters tells us that they represent a vector. The point A from where the vector AB starts is called its initial point, and the point B where it ends is called its terminal point. The distance between the initial and the terminal points of a vector is called the magnitude or the length of the vector. It's denoted as this, and the arrowhead indicates the direction of the vector. We know that for a line segment, we can show the direction in two ways. So here, instead of this, if we draw an arrowhead like this, then we can say that the line segment is directed for B to A. And thus, we get another vector BA, whose initial point is B and the terminal point is A. It has the same magnitude as vector AB, but is directed in the opposite direction. Usually, to denote a vector, we also use one more notation. Instead of this, we can denote a vector by a lowercase letter with an arrow above it. So this is a vector A with magnitude denoted as this, and this is vector B with magnitude denoted as this. Thus, we see that a directed line segment, which is a simple mathematical entity, is a vector. Now, to represent any vector quantity, we have to state its magnitude and its direction. Hence, to represent it geometrically, we usually use a directed line segment. For example, let's say that we have to represent the velocity of a car at these two places. Then we represent it like this by vectors v1 and v2. Now, we know that the length of the line segment represents the magnitude of the vector. So, as the speed here is twice than that here, we represent the length of this vector as twice the length than it's here. Thus, we see that if we have a vector quantity D, we can represent it by a directed line segment. That is, an arrow like this. Its length represents the magnitude of the vector and the arrowhead its direction. So in this video, we saw what vectors are and how to represent them.